So welcome to another episode today of Tasha's Thoughts. So this message is dedicated to someone who is special and important in my life. And I wanted to make this video because this relates and hits home with me, in many ways. So I just wanted to get into this and I wanted to share this with y'all. So I always say in all my videos that life be lifing. And it can get disrespectful real fast, practically overnight, basically. One season, everything is going right. Everything that you pray for is manifesting for you, and everything is just peachy. Like, everything that can go right is going right. So it's like, all right, God, thank you. I see you. Appreciate you, boo. But then there are those seasons when the attack and the misfortune and the bad news, it be hitting you so fast, you feel like, when you're in a boxing, match and you keep getting knocked out every single round, And it's just like, it's crazy. So this message is dedicated to those ones who make it look easy, but you struggling. Whether it's mentally, physically, emotionally, financially, spiritually, or all the above. And while you barely hanging on most days, you still going around telling people you're fine. So my question is to you, why are you trying to make it look good when it's not? Maybe you don't want people all up in your business. Fair enough. I can be like that too. A lot. You don't like everyone to know what's going on with you because, who knows what they might say or what they might think of you. I get that. Maybe you feel like people just can't relate to your struggle. I get it because my walk of life is different than the next person's, just like yours could be. So it's hard to try to talk to someone that you might think is relatable to you. In reality, they don't know because either they never have gone through it or they're not in that season of their life that where they are going through it. So it's hard to resonate and relate with someone who just don't get it. They don't get it. Maybe you think you have too much going on. I got work or I got school, I got kids, I'm a parent. It's too many responsibilities going on. Baby, I know that one for sure. Okay. I have an 8-year-old. I work, cook, clean. It's the bills. It's always something going on. Always something going on. It's all gas, no brakes. So I understand. Maybe you have people in your life that even though you can go to them, but you don't want to bombard them with your issues because they already have their own stuff going on. And child, if that ain't me right there, I am the queen of not telling people who are near and dear to me that I know that got me my struggles because I don't like to bombard people with things. I don't want me getting on the phone with you and I'm sitting here talking about, well, girl, I got this going on, I got that going on. That means you both on the phone depressed as hell. Like, somebody got to cheer somebody up, and 9 times out of 10, naturally, I'm just going to take the reins to make my friends laugh. I'm just going to be the one to try to take their mind off of stuff because I don't want them to be reminded sometimes about the things that they're going through. Like, let me be the one to put a smile on their face, Someone who genuinely is rooting for you and caring for you and that wants to put a smile on your face. Like, that's the best. I feel like one of the best loves you can ever get from somebody. And I always try my best to strive to be that kind of person to someone I love and I care about. Or maybe, this definitely used to be like me too, you don't have no one that you trust. And it's too painful to get into things because it means resurfacing things you work so hard to keep hidden, to keep down. Whew. All these examples I mentioned, I think I am all of that and then some. Okay? However, the difference I've learned is through everything is that if you keep this stuff in you, it will poison you, okay? The things that are not nurturing to your soul will tear your behind up. And I had to learn to get to a place to talk about it. But the key thing is being comfortable to talk about it. It's not easy sometimes to tell the whole world or to tell someone, that you're struggling. Sometimes the conversation just be awkward. You could be like, hey, nice weather, we're having. Oh, and by the way, I'm struggling in all aspects of life, right now. How about you? Like, what you got going on? Like, it doesn't even sound good. To be honest, can't flex. But I want you to understand this, though. Let's make this perfectly clear. Your trials and tribulations in life weren't meant to stay hidden or quiet. Did you not know that? We wouldn't even have the Bible then if that was the case, if people kept what they went through to themselves. That's why I do these videos. Because we've all been through things. We've all been hurt, disrespected, deceived, lied to, taken advantage of, let down by people, put our trust, heart, and soul into somebody or something, and then haven't been, and then being played with after everything you put into that person or that particular thing. Being played with to the core. You ever been hurt so bad that it hurts you in your soul? You don't eat right, you don't sleep right, you ain't functioning right. That's an ultimate hurt. Baby, I know. To be honest, I've always wondered why people never really commented, or liked my videos. But I was getting, views for the most part. But I've realized that most people haven't gotten to a place where they can be bold enough to say, yes, you are talking to me. This resonates with me. Like, Taisha, you hit the nail on the head with this one. Like, because that means like you're putting yourself out there to say, hey, it's me. But I don't ever want nobody to be walking around in life feeling you have to have it together, because you never will. News flash, you are imperfect. You never will have it together, no matter what you do. And I'm not saying to strive for good. I'm not saying to strive to be a better version of yourself, because that's what you should do. I don't want to be like how I was 10 years ago. Hell to the no. I'm sorry, Lord. I don't mean to cuss. But I don't want to be nothing like that. But I know I'm never going to be perfect. But like that saying goes, I may not be where I want to be, but I thank God I'm not where I used to be. And that is what should always be in your mind, because that's what's in mine. But I can guarantee you something, though. If you're willing to put it out there and you want to heal, right? You will come across a lot of people who have gone through the same things and they made it out. Or if they've gone through something that was eerily similar and they made it out. So, not to get preachy, but like I said, I'm going to bring up God every chance I get, because baby, he is that guy. And I want to share this verse with you. John 16:33 says this: I have told you these things so that in me you may have peace. Now listen to this. In this world you will have trouble, but take heart. I've overcome the world. Now, God did not say, you might go through some things periodically. No, he said you will have trouble. That means that no matter how perfect of a person you strive to be, you could do everything right. Pay your tithes. You pray for people all the time. You think of others before yourself. You always try to do what's right. You always try to strive to do the best that you can for yourself and others. But then you get hit with things that you're like, dang, like, I'm trying, God. Like, because there's a lot of times I struggle with that too. Like, Lord, I am really trying. I am very self-conscious now, even more than ever, about the way I move, what I think, what I do. Because I want to be a better version of me. Just like how we all strive to be better versions of ourselves. But that does not mean that we are not going to ever go through things. But this is what I want to say. Out of that verse is your reassurance that no matter what you are going through, the pain, the loss, the hurt, the disappointment, you will make it out. That is a given. You know, I have learned through my journey that God never gives you more than you can bear. And no matter what the circumstances, you're going to be okay. So please don't be trying to walk around here trying to carry things you weren't meant or designed to carry. You are not invincible. Sometimes it's okay not to be okay. So why are you trying to make it look good when it's not? I'm not saying for you to be raggedy, broke down, eyeliner all running, you all the time. I get that. But what I am saying is that don't be trying to flex like you ain't hurting and that you just maybe couldn't take a hug right now. And for someone to say, hey, I love you, it's going to be okay. Or for somebody to pray over you, pray with you. Somebody to uplift you. Somebody to be there for you. I have this channel because I really want this to be a safe place for people to be like, Taisha, girl, me too. It took me a while for me to get here to get comfortable with even sharing my trials and my tribulations. But I know what it's like to feel like that you go through things by yourself and that there's no one that can relate to you or understand you. I promise you, I can. And it's not just me. There's other people that can as well too. You don't have to make it look good. If you need to cry, cry. If you need healing from things that you've lost, get that healing, sis. Get that healing, bro. It is okay. No, I am not the perfect example of what it looks like to be fully healed, but this is my journey that I'm on, is working on that. It's gonna be okay. But you gotta believe it, keep the faith, pray, and trust and believe and receive when I say that God hears your prayers. And that there has been a time that you've been through something that you thought that you could never get out of, but you did. And if God did it for you then, he can dang sure do it for you now. Don't try to dress it up and make it look good for him or the next person, because it's okay. Yes, there are people who are cruel and insensitive, and they like to make fun of people when they're down because people don't like to fight fair no more. People like to hit you where it hurt. But baby, while they doing that, their behind the scenes is raggedy. It's worse than yours, okay? Because the main ones that be hurt be trying to hurt other people. Preach. So this message, like I said, is dedicated to one of my favorite peoples. And like I said, to everyone out there who feels like they got to make it look good. You don't. It's going to be okay. I promise. This is another episode of Taisha's Thoughts. Have a great evening. Peace.